Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com, and we're here today at the Beck Cafe. It's part of the Beck Center for the Arts here in Lakewood, and we're here with Paul Sykes. Hey, Paul, thanks so much for meeting with us.
Thank you, Tom. It's a pleasure to have you do this.
Yeah, thank you for taking time. I know you guys are very busy. You've spent a lot of time here putting together this new Beck Cafe, which is a coffee shop concept attached to the Beck Center. Talk about, first of all, this cool waterfall behind you. This is pretty amazing.
Well, the waterfall is, in my opinion, just a wonderful Zen kind of background for a coffee shop. It's the tallest indoor waterfall in any restaurant in Cleveland.
Really?
11 feet tall. It goes down, sort of comes out of the ceiling out of nowhere, if you'll notice, and it also disappears into the floor. It's a 900-pound slab of pure rock granite, absolute black granite. The water comes down in a tube system where it comes down a little hose fed through from a pump that circulates through the tank.
Wow.
Comes up and around and literally falls down very beautifully against the back granite wall.
What made you decide to work with the Beck Center to put together this coffee house concept here?
The Beck Center, interesting enough, 30 years ago I played in a small orchestra called Opus 1 Chamber Orchestra. So I actually performed here. In addition to that, our children had taken acting lessons and art lessons here when they were 4, 5, and 6 years old. So here we are 30 years later, everything comes full circle.
Right.
I had done a couple art exhibits with the new president, Cindy Einhaus, who was just awesome.
That's right.
Cindy is turning around the Beck Center literally overnight. I have seen such amazing improvements of the way it's run, the events she has here, the plays, the musicals. And so then she invited me to do a couple of international art exhibitions. So we did one last November by Natasha Turovsky.
Right.
And then I had this current one by Yarek Godfrey, who's from Paris. And so we're talking last January, and Cindy goes, Paul, wouldn't this make a great coffee shop? And I said, Cindy, this would not only make a great coffee shop, how about an art gallery, coffee shop, and music venue? So this is how it all started. 1 year later, here we are.
And you put a lot of time and work into this, but...
A lot of energy. My son Alex actually also received some grant money. So he technically is the, what we call the owner of the shop. The parents, Lorraine and myself, have helped him out financially,
Right.
along with some good help and assistance. We are very proud to be doing this because we feel that this coffee shop is a very interactive coffee shop. It's not just a coffee shop, it's also about an art venue where we rotate the art collections, and it's also a great music venue where we rotate the music collections, the music performances.
That's awesome. The heart and soul of this is the coffee shop. Show us this cool new machine that you have over here.
Oh, this is a wonderful new, totally new automated coffee machine. It is literally 6 months in the marketplace. It's made by Concordia right here in Washington, our own country. And this machine is very unusual because it not only has everything self-contained within it, the milk system is self-contained with the boiler. It makes over 150 different kinds of coffees, lattes, cappuccinos, mochas, espressos, and every flavor imaginable. But the wonderful part about this is the syrups. For the very first time, the syrups are actually fed through with pumps and they come up through the machine and are actually steam frothed right into the frothing process. So for the very first time, the entire cappuccino or latte or mocha is fully automatically made with European standards, very consistent. Temperature fluctuates within 1/10 of a degree. Coffee is measured in the millimeters. It's an absolutely wonderful, precise cup of latte.
You're getting a lot of your beans from locally here?
From Medina, from the Heritage Coffee system from Medina. And then we also have our actual machine beans are made from A Whole Lot of Love, which is a company out of Seattle.
Right.
We buy them through Rochester, though. So we have two types. We have the local grown. We also have a Sumatra, which is local grown. And then we also have from Seattle's Best the coffee.
You've got smoothies here. You've got soup. You are going to be offering like a little soup and sandwich kind of combo.
We're going to have, we have all the organic drinks, all the great teas, all the teas of the world. We're going to have soups, sandwiches, salads, a whole luncheon menu. So it's a luncheon menu and a coffee shop.
Let's look at some of the architecture here because you had a challenge. You had to deal with the accessibility of this very unusual location. You had to build a ramp.
We had to build a ramp.
And it's not a very wide space, and yet you had to build a ramp here. So you turned what was something difficult into a really cool aquarium.
This is,
I mean, this is an amazing...
Literally an aquarium that you walk on, and I'll demonstrate. It does hold, in fact, it's made out of polycarbonate. Polycarbonate will hold it's 800 pounds per square foot. This is actually 4 times stronger than a regular floor. And the whole idea is, Tom, we are suspended 15 inches above ground level from the Beck Center's level down to the coffee shop. So what better way but to put a water tank to transition. So the handicapped people love it, and of course the children. Well, we've already got them learning how to feed the fish.
Is that right?
And they're very well trained now. When the kids come on top of this tank and do their ballet and all that fun stuff, then they get to feed the fish as well.
There's a little slot here where you've got where the kids can feed the fish.
Right there.
And you've got something like 4 or 5 different species of fish in here.
We have Japanese koi, we have shibunkins, we have comets and fantails, we have snails, tadpoles, and in a week from now we're going to add clams to that. And this is a whole ecology of how a tank works and keeps very clean. But of course, we also have a very sophisticated filtration system, so the fish are very happy.
You've got some Natasha Turovsky up here in this exhibition.
I have a piece right here called A Night at the Opera, and this is a wonderful painting. It's actually a print because the painting is 33 feet long. It's one of the largest paintings in the world. And this piece here was commissioned by the Montreal Opera Company to be a satire, one-piece prop to be used for one opera. They ended up using it for 4 different operas. And if you'll take a close look at this, Tom, there's a lot of humor in it. The horse in the balcony, he's clapping out a line. They're looking at each other with opera glasses. This is the Montreal music critic who can't hear. And this is the art critic with the upside down
head.
So, you know, she's paying good tribute to the arts in a very fun way.
Right.
And Natasha Turovsky, as you know, is a world-famous artist from Montreal who was just recently featured in a fabulous exhibition in Cirque du Soleil.
Right.
In addition to Natasha Turovsky, we have a fabulous collection by artist Yarek Godfrey. Yarek Godfrey is from Paris, originally born in Poland, and each painting has over 20 to 30 layers of oil. Each layer is washed off with turpentine. And the net result is the further away you get from the painting, the more the 3D sculpture effect appears, the more the dimension comes off of the painting. So it's what we call the fresco on canvas technique.
You're an international art dealer and collector, and you organize exhibitions both here locally as well as internationally. What are your plans for this space in terms of the art?
Well, the Beck Center, what's wonderful about the Beck Center is they already have a fabulous gallery out there in the main lobby. We decided to extend that into the coffee shop. So we will be bringing in various international collections from around the world. We're also going to have international music. We're going to have jazz performances, folk music, and a lot of classical, because as you know, I'm well connected with both Oberlin College and the Cleveland Institute of Music. I'm a trustee for CIM, and we're going to be bringing lots of fabulous string quartets, pianists, flute players, harpists, guitarists, all from Cleveland Institute of Music, as well as Oberlin, as well as Baldwin Wallace, as well as Kent State. We've also are going. This is phase 1, by the way. Phase 2 is an outdoor courtyard that's going to have French cafe, another waterfall, Cleveland's largest outdoor waterfall, as well as another Japanese koi pond. And we also have already built a stage out there that they're going to be giving concerts, folk music, poetry reading, jazz, classical. It's going to be a synergistic complex of music, art, and coffee.
This sounds great, Paul. Congratulations. I know you've been working hard on this. Everyone's so glad this is finally open. Thanks for taking time to talk with us.
Thank you so much, Tom. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com. Have a great week in Cool Cleveland.